A rough weekend in the Rose City as police and protesters clashed again outside the Justice Center. We saw people throwing things over the fence at officers, including fireworks. And from Sky 8, watch this. Police pepper spraying protesters as they walk away from the scene. Now, we need to emphasize thousands of people demonstrated peacefully this weekend. We are going to hear from them in just a minute. But Saturday, police arrested 50 people. The last time that many people got arrested was the Saturday before, and just last night they arrested 20 more. Police say the demonstration was mostly peaceful, aside from a few people shaking the fence around the Justice Center. But then after 11:30, people again started throwing things and police began clearing the crowd. They say at one point someone threw a Molotov cocktail at officers. Portland Fire and Rescue medics were out with the police rapid response team, and last night they tweeted out that one of those firefighters behind the fence was hit by a rock near the Justice Center. They have minor injuries. Medics stayed out to help injured officers and demonstrators. Two Multnomah County Sheriff's deputies were also hurt Saturday after someone threw an explosive device over the fence. Investigators believe it was similar to an M1000 style firecracker. This weekend, PPB also started live streaming on Twitter and sharing video to show their perspective. And you can see demonstrators throwing items at the police. And then once the crowd's clear, here's what's left behind: bricks, broken glass, milk jugs filled with all kinds of liquids, and lots of full water bottles. We talked to protest organizers about this nightly chaos outside the Justice Center versus the large, peaceful protests we see mainly during the day. They say the anger inside people who feel oppressed comes out in all types of ways, and they want to work to bridge the gap between the two different types of demonstrations.
And sometimes when you're looking at violence and looting and these words that are constantly things, that's what you think of, oh, well, that's going to further hurt our community, right? So we're bridging those efforts. We're trying to make it so that further destruction is not there. We're going to go help clean up that. And we're going to try to make sure that the further destruction of human bodies and life is not there, so we're going to go protect them. I'm not going to go tell them that their efforts are wrong or right, but I'm going to try to go there and reduce the amount of harm and destruction that is happening so that the messages across the board are being heard.
So on the other side of the Willamette, peaceful demonstrations continued at Revolution Hall and Irving Park. Thousands have been gathering there for the last 6 nights, and police say during that time, those demonstrators haven't vandalized the city or sparked any violence. Yesterday, organizers read off a list of policy changes they'd like to see. Some of those changes include the immediate reduction in budget dollars for the Portland Police. They're also calling for the defunding of the transit police, as well as the gun violence reduction team. They say get used to these daily protests because they're not done.
We're not going to stop coming out here until we see change and actual policies enacted to protect us. And my son's out here to show other kids that they can do something as well.
I want everyone to come out here and understand that this is a movement that impacts everyone and that everybody should be invested and engaged with this movement. Because one, we're not going away, and two, we're just asking for basic human rights.
That demonstration started winding down around 9:30, shortly after it got dark. Police say these demonstrators have been handling themselves for the past week without using city resources or financially hindering the city. In Seattle, some terrifying moments for protesters when a man drove through a barricade and then apparently pulled out a gun. Look at this. A man got out of his car and pulled out what looks like a gun, then ran through the crowd. Seattle police say they have arrested him. One person was shot. They're expected to be okay. Well, the former Minneapolis cop who knelt on George Floyd's neck will be in court today for the first time on second-degree murder and manslaughter charges. Derek Chauvin still hasn't publicly commented, but expect protesters outside the courthouse today. It's now been 2 weeks since Floyd's death.
There will also be, Nina, a public viewing in Houston, Texas today before a private funeral there tomorrow. Houston is where George Floyd grew up, but the impact of his death and the movement for racial equality can be felt throughout the country right now. Here's Tracy Potts with the latest.
turning advocacy into action. Nearly 24 senators have signed onto a bill being introduced today that would ban certain policies by police.
Banning certain police practices, creating deeper accountability.
I think that it is very evident that equality has not been for all of us.
In a new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll, 80% said the country is out of control. Demonstrations are growing, along with concern about President Trump calling active duty troops to control them.
What we saw last week was basically an invasion of our city.
The Attorney General tells CBS troops were called, but not used.
The president never asked or suggested that we needed to deploy regular troops. I'm happy that we were able to avoid it on this occasion.
Homeland Security says the problem is who's joining.
Violent protesters infiltrating and hijacking those protests that are becoming very violent.
But the presence of troops to clear a peaceful protest near the White House has more former military leaders speaking out.
Our military should never be called to fight our own people as enemies of the state.
Republican Colin Powell announcing he'll vote for Joe Biden instead of President Trump.
He lies. He lies about things. And he gets away with it because people will not hold him accountable.
2 congressional staffers were hurt in protests in D.C. and New York.
You can just imagine what this means for ordinary citizens who are out there.
For lawmakers bringing the problem close to home. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Protests continued outside the United States as well this weekend. Tens of thousands filled the streets of London. This scene played out in Bristol, England, where protesters tore down a statue of a 17th century slave trader. The statue of Edward Colston has been a part of Bristol's city centre since 1895, and it was pulled from its base, dragged through the streets this weekend before protesters eventually threw it in the river. And check out this video out of Rome, Italy. Thousands of protesters filling a city square there. They also knelt in silence with their fists in the air. We saw demonstrations over the weekend in Spain, and thousands more filled the streets of Australia over the weekend, all in support of Black Lives Matter. We've documented the local demonstrations every night here for these last couple of weeks. We've talked with protest organizers and other people throughout the area. You can find our full coverage on KGW.com. We have 2 more stories to get to before today's weather forecast. First, a fire broke out overnight at the Burger King on Southeast Grand Avenue. Crews are still investigating what may have caused it this morning. You can see from this video of Sky 8 smoke coming out of the attic there and the roof. Officials say they did get this fire mostly under control in about 25 minutes, and they also say no one was hurt.